Hey, what's up you guys? Hope you're all having a good day. Now today's video, with the Olympics being right around the corner, I thought it'd be a good idea to jump into a tier list and rank all the Olympic sports. The tiers that we have, you are asking. That's a good question. We have not even copper worthy, just happy to be there, scrapes the podium, always the bridesmaid, gold medal worthy, and goated. Right, that's what we're working with. We've got some sports here. First up, we got athletics. Now, athletics, I believe that they have broken this down into track and field, all right? So track, my understanding, is any event where they run. Like, I don't know if long jump is considered a track event or field event. Because I know, like, the throwing events and stuff, that's all field. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Now, here's the thing with track, right? Track, I really like the short distances. I like the, 100 meter and 200 meter. Once you start going past that, I kind of lose a bit of interest. So it's not goated, but it is, I feel like, it is quintessential Olympic sport. You know what I mean? So we're going to go, I think we'll go gold medal worthy for now. We may adjust as we go along, all right? Next up, we have basketball. Basketball is a great sport. It is a great sport. It's not one of my favorite sports, but I do like it a lot. It's a fast-paced game. Score frequency is through the roof. I just think it's not quite Olympic sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really... I feel like the thing with the team games, I don't really think of them as Olympic sports. You know what I mean? Basketball, you know what? We're going to say always the bridesmaid for now. We'll readjust as needed. For some reason, now, and this annoys me a little bit, they've got the 3x3 version there as well. Why that's there, I don't know. But we're going to chuck 3x3 basketball. I haven't watched it. You know what? We're just going to chuck in and always the bridesmaid as well, because they're basically the same thing, all right? It's literally just a different form of it. Moving on, we have badminton. Now, badminton, I don't watch enough badminton to really have an opinion. I'm going to be honest. So, I don't think it's one of the top tiers as a result of that. Sorry to any badminton fans out there. There's not many of them, though, to be fair. Let's just go just happy to be there, all right? We're going with that. We're going with the gut. We're trying to not overthink this, all right? It's going to be a long enough video as it is. We've got volleyball in here. I believe that's volleyball. Yes, it is. No, wait, is this handball? Oh, no, this changes everything. It's handball. It's a sport that I had never heard of before I, started watching the Olympics. It must have been, 2008, I think was the first Olympics that I was sort of old enough to pay attention. What a weird sport. But it's pretty cool, actually. It's a sport, though, that I only really watch when the Olympic comes on. You know what I mean? But I guess that's kind of what we're grading on, aren't we? We're going to go scrapes the podium for now. Because it's unique, but I don't think it's quite as, I feel like basketball's better. You know what I mean? Boxing. This might be a hot take, but I think boxing at the Olympics kind of sucks compared to boxing in general, you know what I mean? I think normal boxing is better, and I think that's because they got the weird head guards in with Olympic boxing. Nah, not about that. Get rid of them. I mean, granted, I understand head injuries are bad, but we want to watch someone get knocked out, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's a lot harder to knock someone out if they're wearing headgear. So I'm going to deduct at points as a result. I think without the headgear, I think honestly it would be always the bridesmaid, probably. But I'm going to deduct at points. I'm going to chuck it in scrapes the podium. That's where I'm chucking it. Breaking, a new sport at the Olympics, is dance. And dance to me is more of an art form than a sport, right? Because I feel like you get into weird situations with sport when you start having judging in it. You know what I mean? I don't like it when a sport has judging in it, because then it's becoming subjective. And I feel like sport is kind of supposed to be objective. Or at least I think. So, feel free to disagree with me in the comments. But yeah, so for that, we're putting it in not even copper worthy. We'll see if I get flamed in the comments. Cycling, we've got up next. At least I assume this is cycling. Yes, looks like cycling to me. I don't think they've broken it down into road versus track, which is interesting. So we're going to have to take it in one go, which is a bit interesting to me. Oh, so would that include BMX as well? Because BMX is super cool. Track cycling, I feel like gets road cycling gets boring quite quickly. Track cycling's cool for like the first couple of minutes, and then it gets boring. I think. Oh, I'm tossing up between Scrapes the Podium and Just Happy to Be There. I'm gonna say Just Happy to Be There for now. Equestrian. Now, here's the thing with equestrian, right? I don't think they give the medal to the horse. They just give it to the person riding the horse. They should give it to the horse. Because the horse is doing all the work, and the bloody rider gets all the credit. That's raj. Give the horse some credit, man. Give the horse some damn credit, alright? He's the one doing all the work. So for that, we're saying not even Copperworthy, right? That's what we're saying. We got climbing. Rock climbing. What a weird sport to have in the Olympics. Quite an unusual one. I haven't seen any, like, footage. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't watched it. Because I think it only got introduced last Olympics. Could be wrong with that. I think putting in a not even Copperworthy is a bit harsh. So we're just going to put it in Just Happy to Be There. We're going to switch the cycling and the badminton. Because I think the cycling's better than badminton. We got fencing. Again, weird sport, man. What a weird sport. Like, how do you even get into fencing? You know what I mean? Like, you got a sword and you're like trying to like give the guy a little bit of a flick with the sword, you know what I mean? It's kind of like back in the day when you're in the changing rooms and you get a wet towel and you whip the towel around and then you try and like flick him with the wet towel. Anyone ever do that? Fencing, yeah, fencing's weird, bro. I'm going to put it in Just Happy to Be There. I'm going to put it above... I'm going to put it above climbing because I haven't seen in climbing. We got football. Here's the thing with football, alright? Football is one of my favourite sports, alright? I'm going to be fully transparent here. Football is one of my favourite sports. However, it is not what I consider to be a quintessential Olympic sport. And I think that the Olympic version of football isn't as good as, for example, the World Cup or your continental competitions such as the Euros, alright? It's quite low down there in terms of football-like events, if that makes sense. So, basketball considered... I'm probably going to put it above basketball because I prefer football over basketball in general. So, we're going to put it there. We're going to put it in Always the Bridesmaid. I'm quite happy with that. Next up, we have gymnastics. Okay, gymnastics, I'm going to be honest, never really been into. Right, never really been into gymnastics, but I can respect it. I can respect it a lot. Again, though, gymnastics is interesting because you get into that weird situation where you're starting to judge it based off of like subjectivity versus objectivity. You know what I mean? Because it's like graded. Like it's not like the person who jumps the farthest wins. You know. So I'm gonna deduct at some points there. However, it is quite quintessential Olympics. You know what I mean? So it's probably Just Happy to Be There or Scrapes the Podium. It might be in between fencing and badminton. That's where I'm going to put it. I'm going to go with my gut. And I'm going to try and not overthink things. Alright, next up we have golf. Golf at the Olympics is a bit weird. Because it's only just been added, like, relatively recently. Okay, it's not even Copperworthy. That's a bit harsh. It's probably somewhere in Just Happy to Be There. However, I'm going to be honest, I really don't like golf. It's boring. I would probably rather watch climbing, fencing, gymnastics. Yeah, okay. We're going to put it in bottom of Just Happy to Be There. That's probably quite harsh, but there you go. Weightlifting. Damn. Weightlifting, again, is a sport I probably more as a... I feel like I associate the solo sports more with Olympics than non-Olympic sports. You know what I mean? I think goated is a bit excessive. You know what? It might be gold medal worthy. I think it's gold medal worthy. It's not quite as good as a track, but I would say it's probably up there. Field hockey. Now, field hockey's an interesting one, isn't it? I would probably say I might actually watch more field hockey than basketball and prefer it. I think it's in between. And Actually, it might be higher than football, because that's kind of when you care about hockey, you know what I mean? You care about field hockey during the Olympics, but you don't really care about it on its own, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? In the same way that football, yeah, nah, it might be the top of Always the Bridesmaid. Wow, there you go. Judo, interesting sport. So judo's the one where they try and flip each other. I've never really gotten into it, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put it above boxing, I would say. I'd say it's better than boxing, but but I probably don't watch it as much as, like, would I rather watch Olympic boxing or judo? Like, I don't really watch judo at all. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it in Just Happy to Be There. Wrestling. Oh, synchronized swimming, that's an easy, not even copper. Probably prefer it over, there we go. We're going to put it in there. Synchronized swimming, easy, not even copper worthy. Just weird, bro. It's dancing in the water. Like, why? No, absolutely not. Swimming is getting into the top tiers, definitely. Better than weightlifting, probably not quite as good as track. So I'm going to put it in there, in gold medal worthy. What do we have here? I think this is pentathlon. What a weird collection of sports pentathlon is, isn't it? It's so weird. I might put it below golf, which might be a bit harsh. It might actually, realistically, it might be a bit higher, but I just don't really know where to put it. I wish there should be another tier which is just like, I don't know, because that's where it would be. Table tennis. We've got table tennis up next. Table tennis is quite cool. It's probably not quite. I would prefer table tennis over badminton. I'd prefer it over cycling. I probably wouldn't quite. I think it scrapes the podium. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's quite fair. Kayaking is quite quick in the same way that rowing's quite quick. Kayaking I would probably argue it's probably honestly gold medal worthy. I think it's quite high up there for me. I'm gonna say gold medal worthy, and I'm gonna put rowing up there as well. And I think that might also be my Kiwi bias sort of slipping in a little bit, because New Zealand is good at both those sports. So that might be some of the reasoning there. Is there's a lot of good gold medal moments for me watching those sports. So yeah, I think that's sort of why they end up there. Rugby sevens, 7-a-side rugby. Now 7-a-side rugby is one of my favorite sports, rugby in general, as well as football. Now, rugby sevens though, I feel like gets its moment in the sun at the Olympics, and they've done that because they stopped doing the World Cup. So it's probably ranked above football for me. It's probably above hockey, but I don't think it gets into gold medal worthy because of the fact that, again, I have a thing towards team sports over solo sports. Like, solo sports to me are more Olympics, you know what I mean? Field events, that's probably gold medal as well. Would I rather watch swimming? I'd probably rather watch swimming, so let's put it there. What do we got? Skateboarding. I haven't watched enough skateboarding at the Olympics to really have much of an opinion. Gonna struggle here a little bit. There's an argument there that skateboarding has the X Games, and I feel like that's more like pinnacle of the game when it comes to skateboarding. And you also have that issue as well with skateboarding in regards to it being subjective, because again, it's not like just who wins. Like, it's based off like tricks and then how good the tricks are executed, which you start getting into weird situations. Let's put it above golf, but not above. Oh, I'd probably rather watch it than climbing. Yeah, we're gonna put it there. All right, surfing. Probably the same. Would I rather watch? I would probably rather watch skateboarding. Yeah, I'd rather watch skateboarding. So surfing's going to go and Just Happy to Be There as well. We got Taekwondo. That's probably in the judo, wrestling sort of realm. Let's put it there. Oh, there. Yeah, let's go with that. Tennis. Tennis, similar vibe to Like, I feel like the majors are like the pinnacle of the game, you know what I mean? Is it just happy to be there, or is it Scrapes the Podium? Let's just put it in just happy to be there for now. What do we have here? Is this archery? This is archery. Archery's a solo game. Maybe it Scrapes the Podium. I don't know. I'm getting into, like, I don't know category, to be honest. Oof. I don't know, man. Shooting, let's put that... We're going to put that in Scrapes the Podium for now. I'm probably going to readjust, though. That's solo, so I do kind of rank it. Oh, yeah, let's put it in bottom of gold medal. Yeah, we're going to put it in bottom of gold medal. We got sailing. Sailing we'll put in below triathlon, we'll say. Volleyball. Now, there's beach volleyball right next to it. I'd make the argument beach volleyball is better than normal volleyball. Normal volleyball, we'll put in just happy to be there. For beach volleyball, I think it's upgraded to Scrapes the Podium. Water polo. Water polo is quite a cool sport, but it does suffer from the deductions of it being a team sport over a solo sport. So we're going to put it in always the bridesmaid. Alright, is there anything I would change here? Let's have a look. Alright, not even copper-worthy. We have breaking, synchronized swimming, and equestrian. I think I would argue I'm happy with that. Just happy to be there. We got cycling, tennis, badminton, wrestling, judo, taekwondo, gymnastics, fencing, skateboarding, sailing, rock climbing, golf, pentathlon, and volleyball. Would probably say volleyball's better than pentathlon. I'd probably put it above golf. I'm not entirely happy with this list, but I think that's close enough. Let me know in the comments, what would you change? Hit that thumbs up button if you liked this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I make videos whenever I can. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.